sorry we haven't done a sit down and chat with you in a while. If you've watched any of our previous videos, then you will know that we are having a baby and they are due in October. No, not they. She is due in October, so we've just been a little bit busy with
all things baby.
Yeah. This video is going to be like a pregnancy Q&A really. Some of the questions that we've been asked, either on YouTube or over on our Instagram.
Yep.
So
first one was it planned?
Was it planned?
The answer to that is yes, it was planned. Katie decided to scare me a few months prior with a fake pregnancy test.
Yeah.
That came back positive, that she drew a line on.
Yeah.
And we were and ahhing just before that.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure whether we wanted to have kids or not.
Yeah.
Like start trying then.
Now, yeah.
And then she did that, and then
because I was late already, wasn't
yeah, because she was late already, and then I was kind of like shocked, and also like, what the hell? And then when she told me it was negative.
Well, it was fake, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of, well, we both looked at each other like, oh, I wish it was positive.
Yeah.
And then that was the moment when we both realised that we were ready to start trying.
Yeah.
And then, so that was, when was that?
That was October.
Was that October? Yeah. So yeah.
So we it was planned. So we decided from that moment that we were going to start trying.
Yeah.
Then we did I did a lot of research into it and
a lot of research, may we just say.
Yeah, so we started taking pregnant care, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we both started taking that, and we also started, I also started tracking my ovulation.
You did the proper way, not just through the apps that you normally do.
Yeah, so that you can do it like with your apps if you ever have any of them. I think mine's called Clue. I think it's called. Well, I can't remember actually. But yes, it tells you like a rough estimate of when you would be ovulating, but obviously every woman is different depending on the length of their cycle. But yeah, so we got some ovulation strips and we would go off that. And so yeah, we started that probably November then, I guess.
Yeah.
So then it was November, December, and then we fell pregnant in January. So only 3 months. So we're super lucky.
Yeah.
Also just want to say this is just like our experience of like our pregnancy, my pregnancy and what we've experienced. So this isn't us giving you any advice, so take it with a pinch of salt. And if this triggers you at all, then do feel free to stop watching or unfollow us if it's triggering you at all.
Yeah. How long was you trying for? Well, we've already answered that one. So 3 months.
3 months, which we do know, like, we're very lucky that we were only trying for 3 months, because I know that some people do try, like they say the average person is like 6 months to a year is the average. But also I wasn't on contraception for a long time before we even started trying, so I haven't been on contraception for about
12 years, did you say?
12 years? No, about... No, 12 years. That would make me like 14.
Oh yeah.
So I have been on contraception since COVID. So that's 4 years I've not been on contraception. So all those kind of like hormones are completely out of my body, which is just like a personal choice. So yeah, obviously it would depend on like what contraception you are on and stuff like that. So again, it just depends on every individual person. But we do know that we're really lucky to have fallen pregnant just after 3 months of trying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next question.
Next question is, when are you due?
When am I due? I won't give the exact date of when I'm due, just because it's just an estimate really. But we are due in October. Do you want to say any more?
Middle of October.
Middle of October.
That's all we'll say.
But yeah, so we don't want to give the exact date just because I didn't want it to get to the point where I get to 40 weeks and people know my due date, and then people are like messaging us like, oh, is she here yet? Or
Yeah.
and then she's not here, and then it's almost like that extra pressure of like, that's when the baby should be here, when realistically the baby could come anytime between 37 and 42 weeks, and that's completely normal. So we're not going to put too much pressure on that exact date that the baby...
And bear in mind as well, we haven't told any of our family our exact date.
No.
Because we don't want them saying, oh, is she here yet? Is she...
Yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to, like, you could just work it out, probably.
Yeah.
But...
if we told you we were so many weeks.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give the exact date, but she is due in October, so she's going to be a little Halloween baby.
Pumpkin.
Little pumpkin baby.
Yeah. The next question is, have you got any names?
We have got a name for her. So we did, also we know obviously the gender, so I'm 22 weeks. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, but we had an early scan at, it was about 17 weeks, wasn't it?
I think just before 17. Or was it just... Might be 16 and 17 and a bit.
Yeah, between 16 and 17 weeks, we went and had a gender scan, and yeah, we paid privately. It cost us, was it 45?
It was 45 plus the Canon.
Which was 15. So yeah, so we did that, and then we did like a little, really like intimate gender reveal party at Ollie's dad's house, and then yeah, so we found out then we were having a girl,
which everyone was so shocked about,
because we were...
But I called it from day one.
Yeah, you did. I thought it was a boy from day one.
Yeah.
But you kept saying, didn't you, like, it's a girl.
Yeah.
And then we went to our 20-week scan a few weeks ago, and she said, like, do you know the gender? And we said, yeah, we think we know the gender anyway, but if you could just confirm it. And she said, well, I think it's a girl, so hopefully you've got a girl.
We were there like, no, we've got a boy.
Yeah, thank God. So yeah, but either way, we would have been happy whether it was a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like, as long as they're healthy, that was all that mattered.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we know the gender of the baby, and we already have a name for her, which we're not going to share either, until she's born. But
So don't want any of you guys stealing it.
But we picked the name of our daughter before we even got pregnant, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
just loved the name, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of meaning behind it, which we will go more into detail when she's here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have definitely picked a name already, and I can't imagine that. I can't see us changing her name. Could you?
No, it's when people say, oh, yeah, but what if
she doesn't
she's
look
born
like
and
that.
she doesn't look like that name? And I'm there like, how do you know if they don't look like that name?
Yeah, we have a name and we're pretty set on it anyway.
Yeah.
So we're very excited to announce her and show her to the world when she's born.
Yep, absolutely. Right, next question. What we got? What is your birth plan?
So this is just our personal preference, and this is just what we've decided to do. But we've actually decided not to have or make a birth plan at all. A few reasons why we've done that. One, is because
every pregnancy is different.
Yeah, every pregnancy is different. Every woman's different. I mean, my mum's had 5 kids, and she said every single one of her pregnancies and births were all completely different. So one of those is the reason. 2, I'm having regular growth scans for a variety of different, like, family history reasons. And they've said, like, if and when they need to intervene, there might be a case where they might need to induce me early, or like I might need to have a C-section depending on what happens. But again, those are all just ifs and buts. But
yeah, you never know.
We don't want to be set on a certain way of the labour going, for a doctor to say to us at 37 weeks or whatever, oh, this is the route we need to go down, and then being disheartened by not having it the way that we want it.
Yeah.
Because all that matters at the end of the day is a healthy baby and a healthy mother. So we've decided not to put any expectations or pressure or anything on the birth.
But we did say from the beginning, if it was obviously everything did go to plan, we always said, well, you said especially, you wanted to have one of those water births.
Yeah, so
that was
ideally,
one of your plan that you'd love to have happened. Yeah,
so if all goes to plan and all goes well, I would like to have a water birth. But if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, exactly.
We're just going to take it
day by day
and see what happens, and just
as long as when she comes she's healthy.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So no, we're not having a birth plan.
No. Next one is, what was our first date?
Yeah, so this isn't actually pregnancy related. Well, kind of is, because if you didn't have your first date, then I suppose you wouldn't get to where we were now.
Yeah.
But someone did actually ask us about our first date. So that was...
When was it? That was...
It would have been in April.
No.
Was it May?
No, it would have been April, yeah.
April.
Because we met in the February.
Yeah.
And then I asked you out in the April.
Yeah. What, the second time round?
The second time round.
Yeah. So we previously dated as such a few years previous to that, but there was just a lot going on
There was COVID.
There was a lot going on in Ollie's personal life, and things timings just weren't right. So then we saw each other 2 years later.
Yeah.
In a club in February, got chatting again, but nothing happened from there. And then in the April,
you messaged me.
I messaged Ollie, and we just kind of got chatting, and then you cancelled our date.
I did, actually.
So we was meant to go out on a Sunday.
I was hungover.
Yeah. So we were meant to go out on a Sunday for, I think we were going for food or something, wasn't we? I don't know if we'd actually planned anything.
No, we just said we were going to do something, didn't we?
And then, Ollie messaged saying that he was too hungover to go out.
Yeah. So
he actually cancelled on me. And then I said to him, you better make it up to me then. So he took me out the next night, actually. So he took me out on a Monday night.
It was a Monday night.
And we went to a local pub, didn't we?
Yeah, in our hometown.
Hmm?
In our
hometown.
Yeah.
Ollie picked me up, and then we went for food, but I didn't eat because I don't like eating on a first date. But
you drank.
I did have a drink.
You had a few drinks.
Well, you got to have a few drinks to calm the nerves, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you had...
I had a 3-course meal.
I don't think it was 3, I think it was 2, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I definitely had 2. I don't know if I just...
You had a starter and you had a mate.
Yeah, I think it was just a 2, yeah.
And then we just chatted for hours.
And then we went for a drive.
Chatting. Yeah, that was our first date, which has led us to where we are today.
Yeah. Have you bought anything yet for the baby?
So we've bought...
A lot.
We haven't bought a lot, actually. We've still got quite a lot to buy.
We have got a lot to buy, but we've also got a lot of clothes so far.
Yes, but
they're always going to need more.
Yeah, she's going to need more. So we actually went to the NEC baby show a few weeks ago, and we managed to buy our pushchair from there. So it's the whole travel set. So it's the car seat, the stroller, the basket thing that they sleep in and sit in when you go for a drive with them. It comes with the Isofix, a cup holder, and
for my beer,
and like a handbag and stuff like that, like all the accessories. But yeah, so we managed to buy that. We also bought an electric breast pump, which was really good. It was the Tommy Tippy one. From the looks of it, it looks good anyway. I mean, obviously I haven't used it yet.
No.
But it connects to your phone on an app, which looked really good. So
looks very smart, actually.
Yeah, the plan is to breastfeed if possible. Obviously, again, we're not going to put too much pressure on those sort of things, but we still want to we still want to pump so that Ollie can still feed the baby as well. And because of her being due like around like the holidays, there'll be times where I will want to have a drink, so it'll be good to express, and then we can still feed the baby, and then I can still have a drink.
Yeah,
that's the plan. Obviously, it might not happen when it comes to
anyway.
it. It might not happen when she comes. I might not want to drink.
Yeah.
She might not latch, or we don't know. But that's what we've kind of.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. But again,
so we'll see.
But yeah, as I said, we've got quite a lot of clothes that we've bought ourselves. We've been gifted from our families. Both Ollie's mum and my mum have both been stacking up on nappies. So we've got tons. We've not bought any of them because they've got
literally
loads.
We went round to my mum's a few weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, and her whole
garage, top shelf all the way around is full
of nappies in different sizes.
And I was thinking, bloody hell, if it was sorted, and then I was thinking that'll just do a week.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, we bought that, and then we bought a changing mat for her.
Yeah.
Some bottles as well. Bought some bottles, some of the man bottles, because they're anti-colic, so they're meant to be really good.
Yeah.
What else have we bought her? Is that it?
What else have we got? I feel like there's something else. A Moses basket, but we've had to send it back because we didn't like it.
Yeah, so it was just a bit like cheap. It looked, but it wasn't that cheap, but it looked quite cheap.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we've sent that back, and we're gonna keep looking for another one. But if anyone's got any recommendations of like newborn essentials or anything that you recommend us buying, then do leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
And we will have a look at it. I'm thinking of doing like a mini, not a mini haul actually, a big haul of things that we've bought for her. So let me know if that's a video that you would like to see.
Yeah.
I think that's everything at the moment, isn't it? We've got to buy one more big thing, which will be her next to me cot.
Which my dad's buying, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got still a few quite a bit to buy still, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
it is
what we've got at the moment.
When did you decide was the right time to have a baby? Well, we kind of answered that in the first question, didn't we?
Mm.
When we said about the when Katie decided to scare me and say she was pregnant when she wasn't.
Yeah.
So that was when we kind of decided was the right time.
Yeah, I think you will probably never know when the right time is, because you can always just constantly be like, oh well,
I've got this going on.
Yeah, like because I've got quite a lot of weddings this year, so that could have been a very valuable point in a discussion. Or what's the point? We can't have a baby yet because I've got all these weddings or something. But
and people go, oh no, I can't have a baby because I want to be married first.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so then it will always just be like there'll always be something. But I think as long as you're like strong in your relationship and you're both on the same page, which we were, and you fight, which we are,
were,
and you're not financially stable, then just go for it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I think you'll never know if you're ready until you are already at that point, I suppose.
Yeah. What has been the hardest part so far? Right. Okay. I think I can answer this one. I think there's been two things that stick out for me.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing was knowing but not being able to tell your family for so many weeks.
Well, that was hard, actually.
It was probably one of the hardest things we have ever had to do, because obviously we didn't tell our parents until, was it 8 weeks?
8 weeks.
So we told them on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Because that was where our 8 weeks fell.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the hardest, because you're so close to your mum.
Yeah, and you're close to your family as well.
I'm close to them, yeah. But it was like, it was hard going round and like having a coffee and not telling them, like, and thinking I've got to wait. Like we were there like counting down the weeks. Only 3 more weeks till we can tell the family.
Yeah, it was probably the longest 4-week wait of our life.
Yeah, because it was 4 weeks, wasn't it? We had to wait.
Well, we found out just before 4 weeks actually, so just over 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went for an early scan as well, just to make sure the baby was in the right place and everything was growing fine. Before we told them.
Yeah.
And then we just told the parents.
And then we waited 12 weeks to tell. Well, we told my sister because I had to, because I was there we have to tell my sister because my mum wouldn't be able to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
So we had to have someone for us to talk to her about.
Yes, and then we told everyone else at 12 weeks. But that 4 weeks of hiding it. Luckily, it was, what was it like?
We kept throwing people off the scent because we went to Dublin.
Yeah.
We had a Guinness and you had a 0%, but you put your fingers over it so it looked like she was drinking.
Yeah.
To throw people off the scent because people kept talking about saying, "Oh, when do you think Kate and Ollie are going to have kids?" and all this kind of stuff.
And also, I think because of the timing of it, it was February, March when it was so early on. Nothing really goes on in February, March anyway, does it? So you're not expected to be going out drinking or going to events or anything really. So it worked out perfect, I suppose, didn't it? Hiding it, but it was quite hard, to hide it.
Yeah. And I'd say the other thing I think you've struggled with a bit is the morning sickness.
Yeah, so the morning sickness has only just recently gone, hasn't it? Yeah. So it's gone right up till 19, 20 weeks, my sickness. It was the worst, obviously, in the first trimester.
It's about 10 weeks, wasn't it? 9, 10 weeks, that's when you had it the worst.
Yeah. And it was in waves. It wasn't even just in the mornings I'd get it. It would be waves throughout the day, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I just went completely off everything that I ever liked food wise.
Yeah.
So we
and the smell as well. She'll come into the kitchen and she'll go in the fridge to get something and goes, "It stinks."
In the bin.
Oh, I had to empty the bin even though it was only half full.
Yeah. Because it just smelled.
Because it was the stink. She just didn't like it.
But we got through a stage of meal prepping, in the beginning of the year, our New Year's resolution, meal prepping and stuff. Well. But because of my sickness, I didn't know what I was ever going to fancy until that second.
Yeah, that afternoon, wasn't it?
But some things that have helped is not letting myself get hungry. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'd eat, wouldn't I? Whether it was
when I used to be on shifts, I used to have to get up at 5, and Katie she'd wake up at the same time as me, and she'd be there I need some food. Otherwise I'd feel sick. Yeah. So she'll come downstairs and have one of those breakfast bars.
Yeah, or even I'd be eating Whatsits or first thing in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning.
But yeah, so that's probably the only thing that I would say was.
Because obviously there was 2 things that I thought of. Is there anything else you could think of that you would say?
I would say I'd agree with the sickness, and then probably the family thing, which I completely forgot about now because we're so much further along now, you forget about those, but when you're in the moment of it, you are literally counting the seconds.
I remember we kept saying only 3 more weeks, only 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, we're telling our family this week.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah,
really,
it's crazy.
To think. And another thing is the 2 week wait, everyone calls it. So the time after ovulation to the time you due on, that wait in between to think, oh, am I having pregnancy symptoms, or oh, am I having period symptoms? It was that wait in between, wasn't it? Oh, am I pregnant? That was also horrible.
I think it must have been horrible as well because Katie found out a day before she told me.
Yeah.
And she went through, must have been, but it was over 24 hours. You found out in the morning and you didn't tell me till the following day evening.
Yeah.
And not telling me.
That was
must have been hard as well.
That was a long day.
Yeah. Yeah. She kept herself. She decided to clean her car, and then I said, "Do you want to do mine?" And she said, "Yeah, all right." And so she vacuumed the inside and out of both of our cars.
I didn't vacuum the outside.
Sorry,
cleaned.
That's in like vacuum the inside and cleaned.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep busy, but that was just because I was trying to get a digital pregnancy test to show Ollie, and I'd already used. They say like obviously the morning wee is the most strongest with the HCG levels, is it? Yeah. So I had to wait till the following morning, which again is in a previous video, so do go watch that.
Yeah.
Of our reactions. But yeah, that was hard as well. I think it's just keeping secrets because we're not very secretive people, are we?
No.
Anyway, so keeping secrets from people isn't in our nature, really.
Yeah.
Which leads us on actually to the last question.
How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant?
When I found out, when I saw the lines, now when I actually look back on it, because obviously when I was first like testing to see if I was pregnant, I'd do those really cheap like strips.
Basically like the strips she was using for the ovulation.
Yeah, but the
same, but the pregnancy one.
The pregnancy ones. And I just saw this like this tiniest, faintest line, and I was just in shock, and I didn't believe it. I kept thinking that I'd got those line eyes, but yeah. And then I did another test like an hour later, like a clear blue and a first response, and there was like a clear line on that, and I think it was just like shock, because I think it is just still like I've done pregnancy tests like previously, and finally seeing those two lines, it's just like mind blowing.
But then like we look back now, we was when we did the ones that came more, you could see them line like really, and then you look back at that first one you saw and you're thinking, how did I see a line there?
Yeah,
it's literally like the faintest line.
Yeah, but
obviously you know there's a line there, but you can't believe the difference.
You saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel when I told you?
Well, I was just I was in absolute shock, and just, I think that's probably the closest I've ever been to tears, because I'm not a crier.
Yeah.
Kay's tried to make me cry a million times. But yeah, but she had me at.
You had a tear.
Yeah, she had me a bit because she decided to trick me. Because Katie decided to come home from work early. Yeah. Said, "Oh, I've got a Zoom meeting." So I was confused anyway why she was home so early. Yeah. And she said, I said I was going to go upstairs on the Xbox, and she said, "No, I'll go upstairs." I said, "No, it's alright, I'll go upstairs." She goes, "No, I'm going upstairs." So she went upstairs, and I was there like, okay. But now thinking back, I'm thinking, no wonder why she was adamant to go upstairs. And she shouted down to me, and she goes, "Ollie, is the Wi-Fi working?" And I was watching something on Netflix at the time. I was thinking, yeah, it's working. And then she shouted up, she goes, "Can you come here a second then?" And then she, the bedroom door was shut for one. Yeah. So I knew something was up. Yeah. Because the bedroom door's never shut. And then I went up, and then there was a baby grow with a little circle wooden thing that said "Baby Pledger coming soon." Yeah. And then
there was a pregnancy test.
Pregnancy test that said pregnant. And I was just there like, I swear.
You're joking, aren't you?
Yeah, that was what I said, didn't I? Yeah. And I couldn't believe it, because I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. But it's mad though, because like, even though we were trying, when I was going to tell Ollie, the nerves I felt to tell him, I was so anxious, so nervous to tell him, even though it was something that we wanted and we were planning for. Yeah. But just to tell them, it
was just seeing Kate, when Katie saw that when I found out, she just burst into tears. Yeah. She just didn't stop crying. Yeah. It
was mad. And it's nice because we have got that on record now, so like we can show the baby when she's here. Well, not when she's here, because she won't obviously be able to know. But when she gets older,
yeah, when she gets older,
we can show her these videos, which I hope she'll like. But yeah.
She'll probably say, Mum and Dad, you're embarrassing.
She'll probably be like, what was your haircut? What was your fashion all about? Because that's what we do, don't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just nice to actually be able to talk about it now and not have to keep any secrets. And I would say the pregnancy's going pretty well. I don't want to jinx it, so touch wood. But yeah, it's going pretty well so far. I know that they say the third trimester is the worst, but yeah, we're just very lucky.
We're ready for the challenge.
Yeah, we're just very grateful and feel very lucky and privileged to be in the position that we are in.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got one more question that I'm going to ask.
Oh, go on then. This is a question from Ollie, not from anyone
else. From anyone else. What would you say your cravings have been?
My cravings? Well, at the very beginning, I craved chicken tikka masala, didn't I? 4 days
in a row, just saying.
Yeah. Do you know what? Ollie has been so good throughout the whole pregnancy because like I said, the morning sickness, and I just went completely off food. I never knew what I fancied until the day. And then so like Ollie, if he ever fancied anything for dinner, if I didn't fancy it, it was a no-go and we weren't having it, and it was not up for any debate, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So Ollie is just so gone with the flow and everything that I've wanted to do and everything that I wanted to eat. So yeah, like chicken tikka masala, I had 4 nights in a row, and he didn't moan once. Well, I think he did moan probably on the fifth night.
was it 4 or 5 days in a row?
I can't remember.
It was 4 or 5, and I was there like the third day. I went, "What do you want for dinner?" And she said, "Chicken tikka masala." I went, "Again." So we had it, and then the 4th day come, and then you were there like, "Oh, I've ordered a chicken tikka masala." I went, God's sake.
Another one.
I thought, I hope this doesn't go on for 9 months.
Literally. But no, so yeah, that was one. And then another one I would probably say has been those squashies.
Oh yeah, well, here's a question then. Are they squashes or squishes?
I would say they're...
Leave them in the comment what you think.
Squishies or squashies, yeah. So it was only the bubblegum flavoured ones, so it was kind of all bubblegum flavoured stuff, wasn't it, that I really liked, because I liked those bubblegum flavoured cola bottles as well. Remember the little fizzy ones?
Oh, the blue and the pink ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was anything like kind of bubblegum flavoured.
Because you didn't like the apple and sour ones, did you?
No. And then probably the only other craving that I probably had was like quavers. Yeah, that's probably the only other craving that I've had so far. But yeah, nothing else really. But yeah, I think that's probably all I've craved at the moment. Double cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. Yeah,
I love double cheeseburgers.
She literally like, one night, didn't you? You said, I really want a double cheeseburger. So we ordered like 3 or 4 double cheeseburgers from Macca's.
Yeah. Oh, and sorry, Dairy Lee Dunkers.
Yes. But you liked those before, though, didn't you?
I did like them before.
But not as much as you like them now.
I could eat probably 10 packs now. But yeah, those are probably the main cravings. Like I say, you just, when you get to that sickness, it was just like whatever you fancy in that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was around 9 weeks, that was.
Yeah. But I'm starting to feel a lot better now. Well, I feel great now, actually.
Yeah.
So I can't complain really, and I'm starting to get like my appetite back and enjoy food again. So
yeah,
again, really happy with that. But I think that's all. That's all.
Yeah.
But let us know if there's any videos that you would like to see from us.
Yeah.
It's really nice to actually sit down and chat with you and update you on what we've been up to.
And we've got a lot of stuff going on with the house at the moment. We're doing loads of bits. So probably in a couple of months' time, maybe just before the baby or after the baby, we'll probably do a new updated house tour.
Yeah, and we'll take you along on the things we do, and
we won't take you to the hospital though when she gives birth.
No, probably leave that one out.
I don't think you'll be allowed in.
But yeah, we'll try and take you along on the journey as much as we possibly can.
Yeah.
It's just a lot to juggle with both working full time still and growing a little tiny human. So yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you all again for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers that we've had recently and all the new love that we've had on all of our most recent videos. And if you haven't checked them out, don't forget to go check them out.
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Bye.